I got a panicked call from one of the older students asking for our help. One of the younger kids who was already on probation within the court system had decided that he was going to play football at Target.
Oh, God.
Except while throwing it around, he accidentally hit one of those fire suppression systems up in the ceiling, dumping water all over Target. As I walked through the store, I saw that half the store was flooded, and afterwards found out that the incident caused over $250,000 worth of damage.
Yo.
He's going right back to prison.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Youth Group Chronicles. In the studio with me today, I have Pastor Micah Costa.
Yo.
And for the first time ever on Youth Group Chronicles, in Youth Group Chronicles history,
Wow.
a brand new guest to the show, Pastor Jacob Pepe. Welcome, man.
Big
He's
up, man.
he's been
Oh, thanks, guys.
itching to get on the show.
Itching.
Really?
Yeah.
Like he's got scabies.
Dropping a
now.
couple hints,
Nah,
you know?
yeah. Well, just a couple hints.
Here and there, and that's
Here
all
and
right. I had to run him through our background check just to
Right.
make sure he would be all right.
Right. You said I
And
had,
his,
dad jokes.
what do they call that when you go to a job and you have to references. I had
Right.
to check your references
I
and
was
everything
one of
checked
them.
out, which was
Were you the
great.
reference
I was
one?
a reference. But it was a good reference because you're here now.
Can he say crazy things?
Can you say-
Cameras put around him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. That's all you have to do is just say crazy things on to get on the show.
Get actually canceled. Can you get canceled potentially? Yep. All right. You're on.
Yeah.
100%.
So welcome to all our listeners. Welcome to our Instagram live audience. I'm excited for this episode, so we'll jump right in. This is a story from... Can't tell the name because they want to stay anonymous.
Sally.
One night after a youth group, I got a panicked call from one of the older students asking for our help. One of the younger kids who was already on probation within the court system had decided that he was going to play football at Target.
Oh, God.
Except while throwing it around inside the store, he accidentally hit one of those fire suppression systems up in the ceiling, dumping water all over Target. As I walked through the store, I saw that half the store was flooded, and afterwards found out that the incident caused over $250,000 worth of damage.
Yo.
He's going right back to prison.
Yeah.
Right back.
That's another year. Put him back in juvie.
I told the kid there was nothing I could do and just said, good luck. Get this, the kid never got caught.
What? They don't have cameras?
He's
in Target?
amazing.
I don't know how. I have no idea how,
Yo.
but he never got
Drafted,
caught.
probably.
Probably why he
Drafted.
wanted to stay anonymous for the story.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he's like, listen, it was actually me.
This was the
but-
one kid.
Like this one kid actually that that's insane.
That's nuts.
Guys, if you have stories, if you're on the live or you are listening to the podcast for the first time, you can send in your own stories to this show. Stories at ygcpodcast.com is where we accept those. This is a story from Sydney. Sydney said, one year at youth camp, our youth pastor decided that we were going to set off fireworks by the lake. At one point, our youth pastor lit the flame and accidentally turned the fireworks directly toward all the student spectators and caught nearly everyone on fire.
How do you accidentally turn fireworks towards a crowd of people?
Accidentally
people?
on
Yeah,
purpose
just-
is what I'm thinking.
He was like, I'm gonna adjust it a little. All right.
Right there. Light it up.
You imagine like the fear. You hear like, and then you see one, and you're like, oh my God, what?
You see just a
They're just-
hellfire just coming down.
That's crazy, dude. That was on purpose.
I had that happen when I was a kid one time. We were at a friend's house near 4th of July. And then we went to the neighbor's house who were setting off fireworks. And we were all like sitting by watching. And the neighbors were drunk, 100%.
Of course, yeah.
And
4th of July.
setting off fireworks. And one tipped toward us. And we're like little kids. And then one of the dads like runs over, grabs the firework, like lays on the ground and just like lets it shoot off
he's
in
a
his
goat.
hands, like actually the proper direction. It was actually pretty
He's a
sick
legend.
looking back.
He's actually
But
good for that. Yeah.
He's a legend.
he felt really good.
Yeah. That's a dad moment for sure.
This is from Tanya. Tanya said, my youth pastor husband was about to preach a sermon on dating and thought it would be a good idea to start off with some funny pickup lines.
Oh God.
After
like a
searching a
story.
few on the internet, he decided it would be funny to message me one of them that was more risque. One of the more risque pickup lines to watch my face from across the office. What'd you say? Risque? Is that how you say it?
Risky.
Risque, yeah.
Probably said it
risque.
wrong.
Sorry, you were homeschooled. It's fine.
I know. One of the more risque pickup lines
go.
to watch my face from across the office when it popped up on my computer screen. Although he was confused when I made no reaction to his message. Meanwhile, I was working at my desk, blissfully unaware, when he came over and started staring at my screen. And then he ran back to his desk saying, no, 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 no. It turns out he sent this message, quote, apart from being sexy, what else do you do? To none other than our senior pastor's wife.
You rizzed her up.
No. What was the end? What's the end of that story?
There's no accident there.
That's the
There's
end.
no
of
That's
the
the
story
end of the
there.
story. Yeah,
That's not an
that's the
accident.
end because he got fired. Yeah, that's crazy. You imagine they're probably in bed like chilling and she gets that text. That's crazy. Hey, your youth, she looks over to her husband. Your youth pastor just sent me this.
She responded.
Nah,
that,
that's
though.
insane.
I'm curious to know what the response was. That was the end of the story,
Can you follow up
unfortunately.
with this person? I want to know the ending. Like, actually. That's crazy. I would
That's
beat someone up.
amazing.
If I was in bed with my wife and I got a text from that,
Just
from like one
instantly-
of my youth leaders, I would be like, all right,
Little guns.
I'm pulling up right now. There's no mistaking. That's crazy. That's crazy.
What's up, Cam? Welcome to the live. Gage, guys, if you're listening to this in podcast form down the road, join our Instagram live. Always check out our stories, and you can
Yes,
watch
bro.
behind the scenes, see what's going on the show. Again, if you have stories that you want to send in, stories at YGC Podcast is where you can send them in. This is a story from Eli. Eli said, on a youth group trip, I had the brilliant idea that we should try waterboarding each other.
That sounds
Brilliant.
like my youth group, bro.
He's like,
Shout out Upper Youth
I know what
Group,
to
bro. That sounds like my youth group kids.
My dad, who was the youth pastor, and my mom, who were getting ready for bed, had no idea what was going on. So like the stupid kids we were, one after another, we put a cloth over our face, put our head under the water of the faucet downstairs, and just started waterboarding
Dude,
each other.
Sounds like a great time.
Who
honestly.
died?
They said
died
no
that
one
night?
died, thankfully. No,
Wow.
everyone was fine.
Wow. We're smart enough not to die.
Why would you like?
Not to
That's like
waterboard
me
each
and
other.
Jacob would do for sure. So
Dude, I'm
backstory.
bored. What do you want to do?
Yo, me and
Have you
Jacob.
tried it before?
No, but we've been friends since sophomore year of high school, and that literally sounds like something we would do at a
Yeah.
camp. I'm trying to think if we've ever done anything like that.
Well,
I
I
don't
forgot
think
to
so.
say, you guys are like friends.
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
right,
Well-
right. How long have you known each other?
I guess I we're friends.
Not friends?
7
Okay.
years? 7 years?
Sophomore
7.5
year? Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
No,
Yo-
more than that. I guess it's like 8 years.
Gage
8.5.
just said, my brother did that to me once. Ooh. Okay.
That's crazy.
Go to family counseling, please.
I can hear the sirens,
Yeah,
says
help.
Sophie.
That's the sirens.
But who was like, yo, bro, I got this crazy idea, bro. Let's waterboard each other.
It definitely does sound like something like we would 100% do.
I'm actually really
Like you
curious
get
to see,
really
like-
bored.
We should actually do that.
I watch
Dude,
a
that
movie, I'm
should
like,
be a new
oh, they're
segment.
soft, bro. Like,
yeah,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Like if you just
Waterboard.
that's what I'm saying.
They're done.
That's what
Pull
I'm
the cloth
saying,
off.
dude.
and then you're good. Like we should actually try that.
Let's do it.
BTS,
I'll do it.
behind the scenes
Yeah.
YG Chronicles.
We could go
Waterboarded.
live.
We should actually do it.
Yeah.
There's a bathroom. We just,
Yeah,
we're
right
gonna-
now.
We got you by the
right
lakes.
now online.
Yeah, we got the cameras in there.
Some people are just calling the cops.
Josh
crazy.
said that's a different type of baptism.
That's what Corinne said we should try it.
Yo, imagine.
Thanks, Corinne.
This
That's
is
insane.
from Abdil, I believe is how they pronounce his name.
Abdul.
I'm sorry if I messed that up. My first year of youth camp, the older boys decided to prank the girls. After everyone had gone to bed, a couple guys brought Nair and replaced one of the girls' bottles of shampoo with it.
Good man.
If you're not familiar with what Nair is, it literally makes your hair fall out. And that's exactly what happened to this girl.
Yep.
A ton of her hair fell out, and these boys got banned from the camp for life.
No.
They should have been put in prison.
Banned from the church.
Everywhere.
Banned from their friends.
My question is, how'd they get in the girls' bathroom? Take the time to pour the shampoo out.
That's a great
Pour the
question.
Nair in.
They could do it at the
Close
same-
that mug.
I wonder if it was an inside job. I wonder if they got one of the other girls in
Got a
there.
girl on the
like
inside.
she was jealous and was
Yeah.
like, let's
She
get
wanted to be
Ashley's
with
hair.
him.
Yeah.
She was taking his boy.
Yeah.
Honestly, get rid of her hair.
Yo, frick Ashley.
This is where we need the sound effect that's just like jail. We need that.
Jail.
We'll do that one day,
Straight
guys.
to
We'll do
jail.
that. Just straight to jail.
She was jealous, bro. That was an act of jealousy.
Guys, if you didn't know, Youth Group Chronicles sells merch. So you guys should go check that out on our website, ygcpodcast.com/merch. And one of these days, we'll do a straight to jail shirt. Okay. We'll make that pledge to you. This is a story from Sean. Sean said, my worst ministry fail happened when we had a game night where we played sardines at the church. I do heating and air for a living and figured hiding in the attic next to the furnace would be my best spot. Well, a group of 4 kids found me, and I figured I would just come out of my spot so that no one had to walk on the joist to find me. But as soon as I was walking out, an over-hyper teenager sprinted at me thinking that there was a floor to this attic.
Oh, no.
He took one step on the sheetrock and plummeted 8 feet down below.
Oh.
Right into the middle of our adult classroom prayer meeting.
No. Oh, we just asked for the spirit to fall.
That's amazing. Damn. Imagine you're just like, yes, Lord. And there's this little stupid kid, bro. Like, what the frick are you doing?
The Lord is but a child.
He's ascended from the heaven.
Have you guys ever fallen through an attic before?
No. I have almost broken one. 100%.
What do you mean, like
you're going up there to grab something.
Oh, gotcha.
And then
I did. I fell through. I fell through one at my house one time, into my parents' bedroom. Actually,
wow.
I fell onto their dresser, and I didn't hit the ground because I fell, and there was like cables in the attic. And I like ripped them through the ceiling, so I was just dangling from the joist in my parents' bedroom. So my dad like opens the door, he's like, "Oh!" He's like pulling me down.
That's insane.
Just chilling out.
Okay, I have a question about homeschool. Does your parents' room equate to like the principal's office?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, my dad's
sucks.
office.
Where's dad's
equated
office?
to the
That's worse.
That's the principal's office.
Because my dad worked from home. So it was like,
Oh.
all right, go to your dad's
So
office.
nobody leaves your house.
No one leaves the house.
24/7.
Yeah,
It's
actually,
like a
that's
family
true.
outing
That
once
is
a
actually
week
true.
to get groceries. All right, children, put on your masks for the outside world. Here
Go
we
to the
go.
postal office.
They get out in the sun.
Yo, so we lived at a camp, and there was a food bank at the camp. So we had access to that as a grocery store too.
Dude,
so we
they
really
did
didn't even
not-
leave for the
They
grocery
were
store.
non-society. They were non-society for like 8 years. Like modern cavemen.
You're the reason why people are like, maybe I'll take my kids to school.
Yeah.
Let's get them.
You're probably right.
Education, please.
And said, did he live? I believe the kid lives. I lived.
8 feet. You'll be fine.
That's not that bad.
You'll be fine.
Did I tell you? So did you see the hole in our sanctuary through the tile? Did you ever see that? Did we
I've
fix
put my
that
hand
finally?
through it. I've put my hand
heard
through
about
it.
that.
So
Wait, like in the hallway?
no. The sanctuary.
Oh, okay. Then no.
So our church is probably 40 feet to the ceiling. No, not 40. Probably 25 feet. And one kid was in the ceiling, like mounting something, and put his foot through a ceiling. No, it's Presley. Dude, if he had fallen, he would be dead.
He would have been dead.
Like it's concrete.
you're
like
dead.
no joke, he'd be gone.
You're just
And he slipped, and his foot went through the ceiling tile, and it was there for like years. There's this massive hole in the ceiling.
his stomach was in his butt.
No, not his foot.
We're glad
foot's just
Presley's still
there.
with us.
Oh, Presley.
Presley.
Oh my
yeah.
god, it makes it even funnier. Dude. He's like the nicest guy ever.
Yeah, that's
Poor guy, man.
honestly like my dad. He flew off a snowmobile.
Doing what?
How does
A jump?
that
No,
equate
he got-
to
he got
falling through
swat-
a ceiling tile, though?
Like it's about the same.
It
It was
has
20
nothing to do
feet.
with the ceiling tile.
It was 20 feet. It was 20 feet. He lived
Oh,
though.
that's
So
good.
maybe Presley be okay.
I think I've
But did he
fallen.
land on
We
concrete?
could try it out.
Because that's what would have happened to Presley.
Presley
Straight onto
would've
concrete. Yeah.
like that?
This is a story from Cole. Cole said, one time at summer camp, the camp manager informed us that he had just been notified of a convicted sex offender that had moved right up the road. He said that he was working on a long-term solution, but encouraged us to just be alert and aware during the weekend. About an hour after sending everyone to bed for the night, we heard a girl screaming off in the woods. Moments later, our volunteer security team of ex-military and law enforcement dudes are in the woods with firearms and flashlights, desperately looking for this girl who's in trouble.
I've been with them.
As the female leaders are counting to see who was missing, I noticed a small group of guys from the church who happened to be kind of quiet. I walked over to them and asked if they were okay and if they had heard anything. After some awkward shuffling, they told me that one of the guys had brought his new Bluetooth speaker and played a sound effect of someone screaming, hoping to scare some of the younger students.
What are the odds of that, man? What are the freaking odds? He was just trying to play a harmless joke, dude.
Because I bet none of the kids knew actually what was going on. It's not like they told the kids that there's a sex offender down the road. They just told the adults.
Exactly. Like, what are the odds of that?
So the kid's like, oh man, this is really like escalating. I don't know why.
Yeah, they're in the. They're like,
What's happening?
moving to formation. They're like,
Yo, but every church security team has waited for that day.
Oh, absolutely.
So they were
It's time.
taking up arms, ready to go.
Dude, they were so lit about that. They were like, yes, it's time to go. It's go time.
Sunglasses come down.
Yep. Our church, I know some of the guys from our church would be like sprinting through those woods, ready to go.
Yeah,
We have a
I
great
would.
security.
I would have been running through the woods.
Uh,
I'd have been running through the woods with like
no,
a rock.
I don't think you would.
Yes.
No.
If I knew there was a sex
Nah.
offender in the woods,
I
I
feel
would
like
be,
you
I
get
would go in
lost
there.
real fast.
I'd get lost,
No.
but I'd find them.
Yo,
You get lost with them. You're playing
I'm
the
like,
music
where is
with
he?
them.
Where is he? He's like, I don't know. Where'd he go? I'm like, oh crap, it's him.
so when I lived at the camp, when we first moved there, we were not from like the woods. So living on a
your
mountain
house.
was brand new to us.
Right.
And I remember being probably 8 or 9 years old, and something similar happened where there was screaming in the woods. So my parents like called the cops.
Yeah.
And they were like out in the woods, and there was like flashlights trying to. Apparently, the game warden found out about it, and he's like, "Guys, it's just a bobcat."
Yeah,
you
I've
know
heard
that?
that before.
So like
it's scary.
they
that's
looked it up.
scarier.
Yeah, they looked it up, and the scream is like very, very similar.
Very similar.
Mm-hmm.
It's really freaky. And you ever heard coyotes
eerie.
start screaming too?
I've heard them like howl. I don't know.
Coyotes
Coyotes
are
are crazy.
freaky. I don't rock with
nuts.
that.
They don't have
That's why I don't
coyotes
go in the. Huh? Yeah, my last apartment. I open a window.
That's why
Yeah,
they
we
go
have
outside.
coyotes around here.
Yeah.
They only stayed inside.
Someone said, as someone on a security team, I definitely would have been out there and relish the opportunity. Yeah, I get it. This is a story from Zach. Zach said, our youth group was having a Super Bowl watch party at our church. The leaders put the game up on the big screen. However, this was before streaming services, and our church didn't have cable or network television to show the game.
Oh no.
So a couple of our leaders thought they could use YouTube to show it.
Oh no! I got it.
And this is
No, exactly.
this is pre-ad censorship YouTube. Okay, continue.
About 20 minutes into the game, people were watching in horror as an explicit ad from an X-rated website was plastered on our large 12-foot screen. To make matters worse, the AV control room is unmanned, so someone had to run up a flight of stairs to turn it off.
And it was probably the biggest dude in the room that ran up those stairs.
Running, you hear the sounds in the background of horror.
Kids are screaming. It's like, I'm gonna fix this.
Well, whose YouTube was it?
That's a
Dude,
great
they didn't
question.
have YouTube Premium back in the day.
Yeah.
They didn't. I literally, like, my kids, I used to be a children's pastor, and literally the one time, like, a weird ad came up, and I was like, you know what? I'm buying it. I'm paying $17
Dude, we've
a
gotten
month.
so many stories in this show.
Yeah.
So similar to that. I mean, Spotify Premium, YouTube Premium.
Yeah.
Yeah, that person was not paying for it. And I feel like they need to sponsor the show at this point because
Absolutely.
with like a discount code or something for youth pastors because
You
that would
wanna
be
keep
genius.
X-rated ads out of your services.
Yeah, subscribe to. We literally. So I remember one youth group. I'm a youth pastor, by the way. If you guys know the show, this is old youth group in Texas.
Shout out
Dude, we were like praying, like pre-service prayer, and it was gas. It was like fire, and we were all like, "Shit, yeah," like going crazy in tongues. We're like, "Send the youth, Lord," and like going crazy. And then the music stopped, and I was using YouTube, and it was like, "Do you have an erectile dysfunction?" And I was like, "No!" Like ran to the back, I slammed the space bar. I was like, "No!" And I was like, "Guys, keep praying. It's the enemy distracting us."
Get rid of the erectile dysfunction, Lord.
Break the spirit of erectile dysfunction
Get it out.
right now. Get out of here.
My God.
Marissa said, imagine the guy tripping up the steps.
Falling back down.
Falling back down.
I just see him like so sweaty.
Yeah.
Neck beard. Just sweat coming out.
That's so
The hair's
terrible.
pasted to his forehead.
Now you calling everybody with the media team with the neck beard.
What did you say?
Everyone on the media team does have a neck beard. I'm sorry, Trey. I love you. Trey's literally
Trey's on the media team.
Trey's like, I don't know what you're talking
Tracy
about.
is like, dude,
What do you say though? What do you say about the media team?
I said everyone on the media team has a neck beard.
has a neck beard.
Yeah, actually, Trey legit has an neck beard. Who else is on the media team here? Nobody. No.
No.
Eli, but he shaved, so
Yeah.
you're safe.
God.
Eli does not have a neck beard.
That's good.
That
So bad.
not Trey hiding it.
We love you, Trey. We love you, Trey.
We need a cam on Trey. We need a Trey
Yeah, we
cam.
need a Trey cam.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be shaking his head half the time.
Well, like, you know, like they have like that one person just dying of laughter,
Uh-huh.
just no audio.
Event,
Trey
yeah,
cam.
actually, we should do one of these days. We'll do a studio cam
Group cam.
because we have a bunch of people here. You can probably hear them in the background. This is a story from Rusty. Rusty said, "While at youth camp, one of my students went down front during prayer time to talk with one of the counselors. The counselor brought him my way and said he really needed to talk with me. I pull him aside and I lean down, thinking he's about to get saved, and asked what's going on. He proceeded to tell me that he was about to dump in his pants. Laughing, I walk him around the corner to the bathroom so he can go. However, this kid proceeded to be in there for 30 minutes.
Okay.
He finally came out,
It's you.
and we walked back through the prayer area where the entire staff was. Except they were all waiting to celebrate with us, thinking he got saved. So as we walked through the room, they were all congratulating him and slapping me on the back saying, "Good job."
That staff meeting was lit on
The
Monday.
kid was so confused as to why he was being congratulated on his poop.
Nice poop, bro. You
Hey,
did
man.
it, man. You got
You
it
killed
out.
it, man.
Come on.
Thank
30
you for
minutes
coming
later.
up and, you know,
I just
tell
want
us you had to poop.
Yeah. Did a great job, man. Way to be
Taking
bold.
initiative.
Way to be bold.
And said another poop story. Yeah, we have to throw one in every episode.
Right.
We get so many poop stories.
I probably have one. I
You
can't
got a
really
poop
think
story?
of right now.
You have
I feel like you have a
poop
lot.
Stories.
most, like 95% of your life is on the toilet.
Yeah.
100%.
I just want to clarify. 30 minutes is not a long time.
No, it is. What are
Yeah,
you
it's
doing
not a
there?
long time. But if people are sitting there
Thanks,
waiting,
Jay.
Do we
it is long
Are we gonna
time?
bring up Henry?
No, we don't need to bring it home.
it's not.
It's not long.
It's not. I'm with Pastor Mike on this
No,
one.
it's way too long.
No,
What are
no,
you
no.
doing in there?
You
On
can ask
my
my
phone.
wife.
What do you
I've
do
cut
on
down-
it?
I've
Scrolling,
cut down my
literally.
poop time though.
Get out
right?
of there.
I've cut down my poop time.
Wow, I'm proud of you.
I've cut down.
It just
What are you
it
down
took
to?
a woman.
What do you think I'm down to? Like 15?
Woman will move mountains
Down
and
to like
Micah's
15?
poop.
That's right. 10, 15 now?
10, 15?
Yeah, something.
Is that why you're late tonight?
No, actually.
That's just normal.
That's just
I went up and I was like, "Hey, are you gonna be there early?" And he was like,
Yeah.
"What the freak? Why would I?
Why would you ask me
early?"
that?
It's like
I was
don't
only
know.
4 minutes
I
late.
don't know why I would
I don't
do
think
that.
I've ever seen you early to anything.
Not
Sorry.
once.
We'll try our best. My wife's really good at that though. So
Legit, not one thing.
I'm in training right
Dude,
now.
it's been 8 years.
Oh, we were early on last
so many
Sunday to church.
bosses.
I was early to church. We were early to church.
Wow.
We were there
One
before-
time? Are you
and
talking like one?
Thursday.
You can literally, you're counting the amount of times
Yeah,
you've been early.
last
ever.
Thursday.
That's concerning.
It's all right. We'll get better. God is good.
Every boss I've seen him just been like, what are we doing here?
But I get my job done.
He does.
I get her done.
This is a story from Mac. Mac said, for a youth group outing, I convinced our students that we were headed to toilet paper our pastor's house. What they didn't know was the pastor and law enforcement were in on it. When we surrounded his house
Yes.
ready to start, a police officer who attended the church came flying down the driveway with
Yes.
sirens blaring,
Yes.
telling
Yes.
everyone to freeze and put their hands up.
Yes.
Every single student booked it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm gone.
Except this lone student who was in the center of the driveway, down on both knees, with his hands behind his head, sobbing.
He's like, I never want to go to jail.
They finally got me.
Little did I know that he had gotten in trouble the weekend before for toilet papering someone else's house.
No.
That little punk. I don't feel bad anymore.
You really
thought this was it?
Yeah. He's like, they got me.
They got me.
That's hilarious, dude. I
Toilet
would have
papers
loved
next
it.
to him.
Yeah.
Unraveled.
He has it on his hands. I'm sorry. It wasn't me. I'd have loved to have been that cop though.
That would be so fun.
What do you do as a cop? That sounds like
handcuff
something
him.
our pastors
Tase him?
would do.
I don't know.
100%.
Yeah. I think Pastor Cody would do something like
Like
that.
adults, like they won at that moment. They finally won.
Someone said fight or flight response.
Yeah, I was just looking at that. He was on a list somewhere. That's hilarious. Toilet paper.
I'm laughing at this
Little
kid.
bro's on probation.
I'm laughing at this kid, but honestly, that would probably be me. 100. Like,
Would you
I'm
be-
taking it? I'm taking for all. This.
All
I
your
would've
friends like
I would have
ran.
been the one.
I'm taking the
God.
blame.
Like, they all
He's gone.
disappeared.
I'm like, I'm doing it.
Take me in.
I'll do my time.
I'll never snitch.
Guys, stories at ygcpodcast.com is where you could submit your own youth ministry stories if you want a chance of being featured on the show. I have to say, though, we are always looking for stories, but so continue sending them in 100%. However, people ask, like, when's my story getting on the podcast? When's it getting on the podcast? I would say probably 5% of stories make it on the show. That's how many we have. So keep sending them, because once the story stop, Youth Group Chronicles is done. However, I don't think that's ever going to happen, because you all have crazy stories that keep happening every single week. That's
All
the
stories
wild
matter.
part.
I have crazy stories that happen every single week.
Yeah, you have your own. You could be your own podcast at this point.
You really could.
I really could, but I'm here to
Life's-
support.
you live your life in like a movie with like the little black bars that come down.
Yeah. Every time something happens, like,
Like someone like misses your drink at Starbucks, you're like, ugh.
This is a story from Rebecca. Rebecca said, at youth group, we did a series of relay races, and we started by making the kids drink a blended Happy Meal, fries, a Dr. Pepper, and a milkshake.
absolutely.
When we started, one student ended up vomiting into her cup of liquid. Out of nowhere, another kid snatched the cup right out of her hand
No.
and chugged it.
No.
That's sick.
I'm loving
That
it.
is so sick.
Mac sauce is chunky today, dude.
A little acidity
That's
to
sick.
the.
Are you going to vomit
This
over
is
there?
my moment.
Got a little acidity.
Sierra's going to throw up. I can see it on her face.
That's so funny. I did that with I did a Happy Meal challenge. I bought 3 Happy Meals, and I had this one homeschool kid, Corbin. Shout out Corbin.
Hey, that's my
And
boy,
bro,
man.
this guy was like, I don't think he ever ate McDonald's in his life, bro. His mom was like supernatural.
Yeah.
Shout out Kelly.
Supernatural or
Kelly's
super
naturalistic. Or holistic. And dude, this kid was like, he was like chugging it, but you saw like he saw it in his throat like come out into the cup and he drank it.
Oh,
He was like, "Ooh," and then he kept going, bro. He was such a trooper. I have the video, bro. I'll show it to you later. It was bad. Funny.
someone said bio grenade.
Oh, that's sick. These people need to chill.
They need to chill.
Carly said cream corn flashback. Did you ever hear that story? I had Isaiah and Mackenzie on the show, and this the youth pastor. I don't remember what episode. They were playing like bobbing for apples in cream corn or something like that.
Oh God!
And one kid threw up and no one saw it.
Yeah.
And the youth pastor like didn't want to stop the game, so he like stirred it real quick, and everyone kept going, and no one knew.
Yeah.
That like has to be against the law.
That's what we were all thinking. That
That's
one's
like a
got to be illegal.
biohazard.
Right. Like I remember I tried to do apples, like bob for apples, and none of my kids showed up for the event.
You just do it alone.
I did it with like 3 kids because all their parents. I found out after I was like texting their parents like, "Hey, what's up?" And they're like, "It's just unsanitary."
It
I
is
was like,
disgusting.
Well, at first I was like, "Nah, it's
mean,
like fun and whatever."
yeah.
And then like hearing these stories, I'm like, "Well, you know, I don't want to."
They're not as bad as some of the stuff that comes on this show, but it is pretty gross.
I mean, if it's water though, you see throw up in water.
Yeah.
Yeah, but imagine cream corn.
That's what I'm saying.
Why are we
No,
bobbing
that's
cream corn?
sick. Why are you bobbing for apples and cream corn?
Because it's disgusting.
Why aren't you bobbing for corn and cream corn?
Okay, maybe they were. Does anyone remember that story? Anyone?
Tell them how to
No.
run
I don't.
the-
I'm pretty sure it was apples. You guys will have to go listen back.
That's sick. But
That is somewhere on season 3 if anyone wants to go find it.
It's a biohazard. That's
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Biohazard.
Yeah, the Lord's gonna ask him that
Quarantine.
on Judgment Day. So why'd you stir it?
He does this with his finger.
Remember this?
Remember this?
Oh my God! No, I'm sorry. He's like, tell it to them, and like all the kids are standing right there next to Jesus.
They side eyes
Tell
him
it
as
to
they go
them.
in.
They're like, that's a freaking hilarious. Oh,
God's hand. Dude.
God, say it to them. Don't apologize to me.
I'm not pardon you.
This is a story from Thomas. Thomas said, while on a mission trip, one of the local leaders heard our students referring to someone else's feet as dogs, which is not uncommon here in the United States, but it was there. So later, when explaining the 2 rules of the church's kitchen we were using, one of the local trip leaders said, 1, only people prepping meals should be in the kitchen, and 2, no bare feet, so we don't want any raw dogging in the kitchen.
Wait.
I have so many jokes on that.
So this one time,
No, I have jokes. I have jokes, not stories.
Mike and I were coming back from Texas
Oh,
to
God.
Washington State, and I like got on the.
You
Illegal
can't tell this
reasons-
story
legal
that followed
reasons I
up with
don't
like
know.
you
Remember
2
this?
in a car. That's all I gotta say.
No.
You remember this?
No,
Yes, you.
for legal reasons, this
I
does
get
not
on the
happen.
plane and like we're sitting.
Oh
next to each
yeah,
other.
what the frick? Oh, he's in basketball
I'm in
shorts.
basketball shorts, and I forgot. Like we packed up fast, and I forgot underwear.
No.
This dude was next to me on the plane, raw dogging in basketball shorts.
I literally said I'm raw dogging.
I was like, "What the frick is your problem?"
That's not what that is.
In basketball shorts, like, what are you doing?
I don't know. I just got up and got ready fast. You know?
How do you forget
I had to get out of
underwear?
there.
I have never in my life forgotten that.
Yeah,
Look,
me neither.
Never.
That's all I was thinking. I was just thinking about myself when you said that. I was like, oh,
Like, do I expose myself or not?
I already did.
You should, man. It's okay. This is where you do it, man. This is this place.
This is a story from Mike. Mike said, on a youth group camping trip, we had a guy's tent and a girl's tent, but the pastor also brought a 1-person tent that they called the punishment tent. If anyone earned 3 strikes for acting out, they'd have to spend the night in this punishment tent.
I don't like that word.
Well, within 5 minutes, I had my first strike for cheating in a game. The next day, I pranked some of the girls and earned strike 2. By day 3 of our trip, I was so oversleeping in the group tent with all the other guys because it was super uncomfortable. So I did everything I could to earn a 3rd strike on purpose so I could sleep alone in this punishment tent. After saying something not so nice in front of a counselor, I had finally earned my 3rd strike.
What was said?
And
I would love to know.
I was sent to sleep in this punishment tent. Now, thinking I'd get a peaceful night alone, I soon realized that my plan totally backfired. My pastor decided to surround the punishment tent with graham crackers, marshmallows, chocolate syrup, and any leftover hot dogs that they had from dinner. So not only did I get zero sleep that night, I had to fend off 2 raccoons by kicking them as they feasted the food around my tents provided by the pastor.
That's like medieval torture level stuff, bro. That's crazy.
I just see like a little hot dog like trying to hit.
Raccoons are scary too, dude.
They are, dude.
I don't
they have
freak
little
with
hands.
raccoons.
I
Yeah,
like
they
those
do.
things.
They'll grab you in your
I
sleep.
punt one.
That's
scary.
really what he said he did. He was like kicking them out.
Yeah. That's
That's
great.
great.
You should have eaten one.
It feels a little culty that they put it like around.
Just
This little,
a bit.
What
The whole
denomination was
punishment
this?
tent seems a little culty to me,
Holding
but
hands around, chanting them at night.
The raccoons are circling.
sleep. That's so scary. That would be a good fit.
Punishment tent.
yeah.
But that's the middle schoolers.
Yeah.
All chanting sleep.
Gustavo said at least it wasn't or he said a bear comes in.
Yeah. That's what I was
Nah.
thinking.
Imagine they're out west, it's like a grizzly bear.
Yeah.
Nah, they're getting
Yikes.
sued.
The kid is dead,
Promise is not
bro.
to sue anybody. They're sued.
They're
The
sued.
kid- yeah. There's no kid left. I don't know how they would sue, but this is an anonymous story. They said at church camp, my dad and 2 other counselors were getting a campfire started. In order to keep it burning, they used a bottle of gasoline that they would spritz on the fire. My dad had to step away, so he handed the bottle to one of the counselors who really wasn't the brightest. Without thinking, this guy squeezed the spray bottle so hard that the fire traveled up the stream and exploded the bottle, catching his face on fire. Naturally, he stood up screaming and started sprinting off in a panic. And before my dad and his friend could stop him, he had ran full force off a 20-foot cliff.
He's just like my dad.
Frick?
He did live. He did live.
No way.
And he was apparently fine. But still.
Was his like face on
I
fire?
don't,
Yeah, his face was on fire.
he saw God that
You
day.
know what I'm thinking? Like Ghost Rider type vibe.
I was
I've never
thinking
seen it.
Moses.
You know
Is that a
Ghost
movie?
Rider?
Is that a movie?
Wow, you're really helping your case here, Sam.
I'm sorry.
That was too
no,
scary.
No outside movies.
Whoa,
Sam.
whoa. You know skeletons are demonic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
By
thing is,
Pastor Lucy.
the thing God
Let you
made.
know.
Did your mom think they're demonic?
Yeah, dude, I couldn't watch anything.
That's crazy.
I couldn't watch Dragon Tales.
I don't think I watched.
Dragon Tales.
You know what's dragons?
I don't think I watched Dragon
Oh,
Tales.
dragons are demonic.
Yeah, dragons are demonic.
Right.
I wish upon a scale.
I wasn't allowed to watch.
How do you know
SpongeBob.
that? But if you've
Never
never
couldn't watch
seen
that.
it,
Oh no, me and Nicole.
Rugrats was a no-go.
Yeah, me and my sister used to watch
Really?
it.
Yeah.
that's so funny. I grew up in a non.
Yeah, Jacob.
What were you
very
watching growing up?
atheist.
He was a heathen.
I watched Ghost
Whatever you
Rider
want.
with my whole family. My first rated R movie was 300.
Yeah,
That's
mine
not
was
a
the
good one.
passion. Mine was the passion.
Wow,
On my shirt.
You're
on my
really
church
just-
kids
that's
out
so
there.
beautiful.
Yo,
was.
Caden just said that you're Mike is reenacting the story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why, but he's in flames on Instagram
Okay,
Live right now.
Can I just need to address something here, Carly? How do you,
can't
spell my
address it while
name
in
wrong
flames.
when you literally see my name, bro? People literally see my name and they're like Micha. Like, bro, you literally see it
Mia.
spelled. Oh man, it bothers me. Anyways,
All right, one more
is that
story
really
here.
it?
This is a story from Logan. Logan said, I thought it was a good idea to let our interns come up with a new game for youth group. I was wrong. Their idea was to have students pair up, then have one person lean their head back with their mouth wide open. The other kid had to pour milk and cereal into their partner's mouth,
that's awesome.
take a spoon, and eat the cereal
Okay, that's not awesome.
right out of their mouth. There was this there was a girl that night that wasn't even participating in the game that was so appalled that her family left the church.
Yeah, good.
good. Get them out of there.
Okay, like why?
I don't know.
Why leaving the church or why the game?
Why eating? Like, okay, it's funny.
Because he
like,
let the interns come up with it. That's
yeah,
why.
I have
That's
interns,
why.
and my interns would literally
Would
be
do
like,
something
Pastor
like
Mike, dude, well, I have a great idea.
We're gonna go like this.
And then they're gonna eat it out of each other's mouths. No.
We're not gonna do that.
I like you like the TikTok trend where like you make the cereal, like that's funny.
What do you mean make the cereal?
Like they like pour the milk and then they pour the cereal and then like they laugh, so it's like, and, like that's funny.
Right.
But eating the cereal out of someone else's
That's
mouth is vile.
Disgusting.
It's a good bowl. God made it.
No. It is not a good
Yo, I just can't stop
Birds
laughing
do it.
at just the random backgrounds that Mike is throwing up over here.
I'm just out here, man. This is my fan squad.
Yo,
my squad
Josh
right
said
here,
not what Paul meant when he said feast with each other.
man. Yeah, Marissa's right. Why is youth group so messed up, man?
They do play crazy.
Let me
crazy
explain
games
it.
at youth group. That's just how it rolls.
You're with high school kids. You're in a safe environment,
Right.
and you don't want to be judgmental. So sometimes, you kill 300 goldfish in the summer.
Are you just
And then-
affirming yourself?
Right.
What?
And then the preteens have to walk past it.
Yep.
While they- The thing is that I was there.
Yeah.
With the little kids.
I was there with preteens.
Yeah, they had to walk past the kiddie pool with the genocide goldfish.
We're like-
in them.
we're literally walking into worship, and I'm like, I have to like run in front of my kids because I'm leading for him. So I'm like running over there, and I just see this pool of just dead fish, and my kids are like,
fish in
what
there.
the heck?
I'm like,
I was like, I definitely said something like Pastor Mike is stupid or something
Yeah.
like that. And
It
I
was
was like,
stupid.
I'm sorry, guys.
Yo, Carly said the milk one wasn't as bad as eating cereal from the baptistry. Did you guys ever hear that?
That's
So, I think season 1, Isaiah and I were on the show, and I read that one to him, and he thought that someone was. So basically, the game was they put milk in like a huge baptism tank, poured cereal in it, and then they had the kids eat it, and he thought the kids were swimming in it.
oh,
And I'm like, no, they were just like leaning over the edge.
yeah, that's a lot of milk.
They said it was powdered milk. Goes a lot better.
yeah.
Smart.
So
We
it's
should try
just
that.
it's water.
Yeah. Yeah, it was literally
It's
just
water.
water. Still, that is disgusting.
disgusting.
Especially knowing our baptism tank, because it is nasty.
Nah, you don't want to do that.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening to this episode of Youth Group Chronicles. If you have stories that you want to send into the show, stories@ygcpodcast.com. The last thing is Youth Group Chronicles is going on the road. So if you guys are looking to book
Rolling.
YGC for a live recording at your event, it could be a conference, it could be your youth group, you can go to our website, ygcpodcast.com/book. All the details will be there. Hope to see you soon on the road. But Pastor Micah and Pastor Jacob, thanks so much for joining me.
you
And
so
we'll
much.
see all of our listeners next week.
Deuces.